bringing a power and a joy to the disappointment that so many people feel right now, reminding us that we are not running against anyone or anything or any political party. We are running for one another and for this country that we love so much. This is a campaign for the future, because the people of the future, our kids and our grandkids, are depending on what we do at this moment. Let tonight be a message to the future. Let them know who we are, what we believe in, and what we are willing to do to accomplish our goals. Let them know that we believe in this country. Let them know that we believe that we can come together and do great things for this country. And let them know that we believe that Texas can lead the way. We can go from a state that is the least insured in the United States of America, where the #1 provider of mental health care services is the county jail system. A state where in the year 2018, in the wealthiest, the most powerful country on the planet, people are still dying of the flu and diabetes. Parents with medically complex and expensive to care for kids know that if we do not act, those protections for their children's pre-existing conditions will be taken away. What if we decided that against that, we don't just stop the bad stuff from happening, but we lead this country on guaranteed, high-quality, universal health care for every child, every man, no matter who they are or where they are? What if this state, the front door to the rest of the world, a people who bore witness to children taken from their parents, parents who fled the deadliest, the most violent countries in the hemisphere, seeking asylum and refuge in this country of asylum seekers and refugees, but instead of finding safety or salvation for those children for whom they risked their very lives, they found their worst nightmare. That child taken from them by force if necessary, in some cases torn from the very breasts of those mothers who traveled 2,000 miles by foot, if they were lucky, atop a train known as the La Bestia, or the Beast, to come here to this country. What if we used our experience and what we saw as a motivation to ensure that every child, and there are hundreds today who have not seen their parents for months, is reunited with every single one of their parents? This pride of place as one of the most diverse states in the United States of America, as a position from which to lead, to ensure that we free dreamers from the fear of deportation by making them U.S. citizens today, and they can contribute to their full potential to this country's everlasting greatness. Y que puedos compartir que no necesitamos muros en la frontera. Si queremos asegurar nuestras comunidades, nuestro estado, nuestro país, necesitamos tratar cada humano con respeto y dignidad. Aquí, en este país. What if we decided that we're going to get behind every single one of our world-class public school educators, pay them a living wage, make sure they don't have to work a second or a third job just to make ends meet? What if we said that for those kids that they're educating, when they graduate from the 12th grade, cost will be no object for their ability to continue to get an education and better themselves so that they can do better for every single one of us? What if we had the backs of our farmers and our ranchers and our rural communities who grow the food the fiber that feeds and clothes not just Texas, not just this country, but so much of the world. What if we decided that every brave woman and man who has put their life on the line for this country, who is serving in the wars that we ask them to fight, that when they come back to this country, we make sure that without delay, they get access to that care that can save their lives, that roof over their head, to that job or that career or that education that allows them to move forward in life. And what if, for those women and men serving tonight in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Syria, in Libya, in Yemen, in Somalia, in Niger, what if we made this commitment that we will not start another war, nor will we renew the wars we are in unless we can define victory, the strategy, and why it is that we ask our fellow Americans to put their lives on the line and to take the lives of others. And if we cannot answer those questions, then let's bring those women and men back home to these communities and let's end these wars. And for the wars that we are fighting within this country, a war on drugs, which has become a war on people, and some people more than other people. This country, the largest prison population per capita on the face of the planet, disproportionately comprised of people of color. Only some are getting arrested. Only some are doing time. Only some are checking a box on an application form that makes it that less likely that they'll get that job. Only some will not qualify for Pell Grants for possession of a substance that is legal in most states in this country. What if we decided that instead of waging war, we were going to treat addiction as a public health issue instead of a criminal justice issue? That those pharmaceutical corporations that pushed opioids on the American public and said it would not be addictive are held accountable, and that we have justice for everyone, even the most powerful, even the wealthiest, even those corporations with their political action committee. And what if we ended the prohibition on marijuana and expunged the arrest record for everyone arrested for possession of something that's legal today? Take that job, go to school, be everyone that you are supposed to be. Whatever challenge we face, whatever brought you out here tonight, if it's knowing that Texas understands climate change through the natural disasters that we've seen, you didn't have to live through Harvey and 58 inches of rain, which is the landfall record for recorded time in the continental United States, to know that the climate is changing and that we are causing it. You don't have to live in the Panhandle or North Texas or West Texas and listen to those farmers and ranchers who are going into yet another drought after having just emerged from 5 years straight of drought, to know that these droughts will become more frequent, more profound, more severe, make it harder on those farmers and ranchers who already have a hard life, threaten our ability to feed and to clothe ourselves or even live in those places where human beings are today. I'm confident, and given what we know and what we've experienced, Texas can lead the way on stopping global warming so that it doesn't warm another 2 degrees Celsius. We lose this planet for human life forever. In this state, where by law, it is okay to fire someone because they're gay. In this state, with 30,000 kids in the foster care system, a foster care system so under-resourced that recently kids were sleeping on top of or underneath the desks in CPS offices. In this state, they say, under the guise of religious liberty, that you can be too gay to adopt one of those children who needs a loving home. What if this state, where want the state to stand up for this country, to make sure that we have full civil rights, equal justice. And in a state that is at the epicenter of a maternal mortality crisis, 3 times as deadly for women of color, a state that has shut down so many family planning clinics, that we made it so hard for a woman to get a cervical cancer screening, to see a family planning provider, to see a provider of any kind, that we're losing them faster here than almost anywhere else in the developed world. What if we said that when we talk about universal health care, yes, it's primary health care, yes, it's mental health care, and yes, it's a woman's right to make her own decisions about her. I believe that we will be defined not by our fears. When we allow that to happen, we build walls, we ban people based on their religion, we describe the press as the enemy of the people. Instead, we should be known by our ambitions, our aspirations, the work that we are committing to tonight to get them done. Are you with me?
Yeah!
This is a campaign of people, all people. And I don't care about the differences between us. If you are a Republican, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
If you're a Democrat, you're in the right place. If you're an independent, you're in the right place. Whoever you pray to, or whether you pray at all, whoever you love, however many generations you've been in this country, or whether you just got here yesterday, right now, we're all in the same boat. We're all human beings. And we start treating one another that way. Of the 254 counties of Texas coming together for this great country at this critical moment of truth that will define not only us, those of us who are here right now, but this country for generations to come. And we cannot be found wanting. The people of the future are counting on us while we can still get this right. But it's all people, no PACs. All people, no special interests. All people, no corporations. All the time, everywhere, every single day. That's how we're going to win this election. But it's on all of us. Every single one of us. If you're not registered to vote, your deadline is the 9th of October, and there are 250 voter registrars here today willing to help you get registered to vote.
Yes.
The first day to vote in this election is the 22nd of October. Mark it on your calendar and get after it and be there. You gonna be there?
Yeah!
I'll tell you this, you may or may not see or like the TV ad that we've got going up. You may or may not see a Facebook post or a tweet that we send out. You may not hear the radio spot on your drive home from work. But if someone knocks on your door at this deeply divided, highly polarized moment where we've always got a digital device in front of our face, if they take the time out of their lives to have an unguarded conversation with you about the future of our country and an election that could not matter more, you will never forget that. If you are willing to be that person who will knock on those doors, who will make those phone calls, here's the way to sign up. If you will text Willie to 90975. Don't actually text Willie Nelson's cell phone, but text the name Willie to 90975. We will sign you up, and you can start knocking on doors, and you can start meeting your fellow Texans and bringing them into this campaign that will decide the future and the fortune and the fate not just of Texas, but this country, not just this generation, but every generation that follows. You with me?
Yeah!